Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this channel. And today, we are going to talk about something that we have always been talking about, because in this channel, we always talk about something to educate you, something that's going to inform you about something that's happening around us and beyond. And today, one of the subjects that we have been discussing all along since we started this channel is immigration. And today, we are going to study something about the immigration and why people get denied visas to certain countries. Because recently I met a friend who was scheduled to go and do an interview at a certain embassy, and when they went there, their visa was denied. So they tried that in 2019, they came back in 2021, then a few days ago, they were in the same embassy, but they were given the same reasons. Their visas had been denied. So we are going to look at those reasons why most of the time you find your visa is being denied multiple times. So sometimes you go for the first time and your visa is denied. So when a person applies for, let's say, a US visa in a consular or embassy, an officer that works there, a consular officer, reviews the files, reviews your applications, and then he conducts an interview on you, and then decides whether to approve or deny you the visa. So it's up to them to decide whether to approve or deny that visa for you. And sometimes these visa denials happen for various reasons, but they are generally classified into two categories. One, temporary denials. Temporary denials means that it's for some time. Go and do certain things and then the denial will be out and you can apply again. Okay? That one can be overcome. But then there is a permanent denial. This one is very difficult to overcome because, one, it needs probably a waiver, something like a waiver from the country that way you are supposed to go, or sometimes you need legal action, right? One of the main reasons why people get visa denials is, one, failure to prove that you have strong ties with your home country. That will disqualify you. That will make you suspicious, okay? And what does it mean? When a consular officer believes that you do not have strong or enough ties to come back to after you've gone to a certain country, then you will not be given that visa. All right? Then that visa will be denied. They assume that all non-immigrant visas applicants, they are going to overstay their visa. Whether you're a tourist, a student, or a business traveler, you intend to go and permanently live in that country. That's what naturally they think about that. It's up to you to prove that you are going to that country, but you're going to return back to your country. It's up to you to prove that you are going to come back. So there are a lot of people that are involved or they are affected by this. And most of these travelers, you will find if you're going to a certain country with a tourist visa, that can affect you. Because a tourist visa is a temporary visa where you go to visit a country, maybe for a holiday, maybe to see like football like the way it was in the North American continent. You can use a tourist visa to go and see sites. Sometimes there can be a certain festival, you can do that. You can apply a tourist visa. What I mean, a tourist visa is a temporary visa. It's not a permanent thing that you go and stay in the US. So it can be a week, can be 2 years, it can be a year, 6 months, whatever you agree to go and do there, okay? And you can prove that you're going to come back. And we have student visa. You're going to study somewhere. You're going to further your education. F1 visa, that's the student visa. You have to prove that after the education, are you going to come back? So, and there's another visa that mostly is affected, this exchange program, where governments have that program where they exchange cultures. So if you are falling in that category, that means you are at risk of being denied because of overstays. You have to prove that you have home ties. And what are these strong home ties? To avoid denial, you must have a strong ties that will force you to return home. And sometimes one, that is family ties. If you have children, if you have a wife, if you have people that depend directly on you, okay? If you can prove that you're coming back to those people, it is very easy for them to give you a visa. Sometimes it's the employment ties. Do you have a job to come back to? Do you have something that will force you to come back to? A job, for example. If you have no job, then you're a flight risk. I mean, if you have a job that without you, that job is going to, the institution that you're working for is going to stall, then you're not a flight risk. You're going to come back to your job, okay? Sometimes they look at your finances. And when they look at your finances, it doesn't mean cash. Sometimes it may mean property, real estate, land, businesses, something like that. Do you have such things? Are you going to come back to your property? Or you're going to just disappear like that because you have nothing to come back to? If you have that, that can prove that you're coming back to your country after the visa expires. So now, another thing, education. You may want to go to another country for studies. Let's say, for example, you're going as a student. But you have to prove to that country that you're going to that after your studies are over, you're going to come back to your home country. And sometimes you can prove that after you finish the education that you're going to do there, you can come back and further your education back here in Kenya, or use your education here in Kenya. And one way of doing that is sometimes going back to the same universities that you are from. Maybe to do research, maybe to add on a few things that you didn't you wanted to further education on, something like that. You have to prove. And sometimes you have to belong to a certain group. This is now where social and cultural ties comes in, all right? For example, members of local organizations, clubs, religious group, those things can prove that this person is very useful back at home. And when they are given such visas, they will not be at risk of overstays. They are going to do whatever they have planned to go and do there, and then come back to their countries because they have responsibilities. So, why do people get denied? Okay? Why do people get denied based on home ties? Okay? You are young, single, and unemployed. Red flag. Don't have a job, you're very single, and you're young. That means you're going to seek a place to go and hide and start a life somewhere there, okay? Another thing, you have no stable job. If you're unemployed or a freelancer, or you have an unstable job, that's a red flag. The officer may doubt that whatever you're going to do is not what you're going to do there, okay? You have no ability to return. That's what they'll assume. So that's a red flag. You have no property or assets to come back to. Then you have nothing to lose. After your overstay, your visa expires, you overstay and hide. You have nothing to lose. Another thing that is very serious, for example, if you have people living in a country, let's say, I'll use an example of the US. You have people living in the US. Your parents, your siblings, your spouse is living in such a country. You are at a very high risk of getting denied if you are looking for such a visa, because they know, back at their head, they know that you are going to that country to reunite with your family members who will help you overstay the visa or not come back as you've written in their application forms, all right? So that's a red flag if you have people living in the countries that you are going the country that you are going to. Now, another thing that people overlook is history, your travel history. Have you ever moved to another country? Have you ever gone to another country? What does your passport say? Do you have stamps that you've gone to another country and came back? Specifically, if you're going to North America, have you ever visited any other country like Jamaica? Have you ever, any other like Mexico, Canada, all right? Sometimes it could be even in Europe. Have you ever gone and come back without overstaying your visa? If you have not, that's a red flag, all right? So sometimes people have been denied this visa and they have applied and reapplied and reapplied with failure. That's a red flag too. Okay? If you fail the first time, give it time. Go do your homework. then reapply after some time. Don't get denied today, and in 1 month, you're back at the embassy applying the same. No, it doesn't work like that. They'll look at it and think you have a motive, all right? Take your time. Go, whatever things that you think they may have denied you the visa because of those things, go and rectify. Go and do the same things that they have told you to rectify, or sometimes they don't even tell you. You just be your own judge. Do the things that are required of that visa, okay? So if you have been denied, one thing you should start looking for is the reason why you have been denied, okay? Identify why you have been denied. You can politely ask the officer during the interview. If you receive from, there's a letter. Is it a form? It's a letter 214B, okay? It will give you specific details. It will tell you why. By reviewing your situation, it can help you know which place or where you went wrong, why you are denied that visa. They give you that refusal letter. You have been denied the visa. What do you do again? After knowing why, then wait before reapplying. This I've said again, and I'm going to repeat. If nothing has changed in your circumstances, reapplying immediately is a waste of time. Go review your status, go review yourself, go review the things that have made you be denied the visa, rectify them, then come back when you're strong and you can show strong ties back to your home countries, okay? Now, before you even think of going back, strengthen your case. Go back step by step. Do you have an employment? Rectify that. Are you married? If you can, get married. If you have nothing to prove that you're going to come back home, try. Rectify that, okay? Prove that you have something that you can come back to. Then get a job letter from an employer, okay? It's not that hard. Come back, look for work, get a letter from an employer that can prove that you're coming back to your home country, okay? Now, sometimes maybe you went to the interview and then for some reason, maybe you messed up with words. You, for example, said something that was different from what you had written already. Rectify those things, okay? Have all the answers here. You're asked, give the answers immediately. Do not hesitate when it comes to that. Do not look suspicious when it comes to that, okay? By that, you'll be improving your visa interview performance, okay? Now, this, it needs you to show confidence. It needs you to be very honest. It doesn't have to have something that is recited, memorized. Be very consistent with your answers. That's what I mean. Explain why you are traveling to that country and when and why you will return at that particular time that you have said you will. If visiting family, state that it is a short visit and show proof that after that you have very strong ties back to your home country, right? Now, show international travels. This is where most of us go wrong. Now, you want to go to a certain country, but then you have never been to that country. You have never gone into your neighboring country. Start traveling today. You're planning to go next year or 2 years to come, start traveling. Go to Uganda, come back. Go to Ethiopia, come back. Fly to South Africa. It's visa free, I think, for now, if you're a Kenyan. Go. Stay there for a week or two. Come back by bus. Go through Zimbabwe, get a stamp there. Go through Zambia, get a stamp there. Or you can come back directly to Ethiopia with Ethiopian Airlines. Take that flight. Go to Ethiopia. This is a tip I'm going to give you. Look for a flight that is going to have very big layover where you can be accepted to. For example, let's say 12 hours. You'll be given permission to even go inside the country for a certain period of time. That gives you permission to get the stamp, all right? Now, after you get the stamp, you can just come back, wait for your flight, maybe connect another flight to Kigali. They're not very expensive. You can if you want to. connect to Kigali, then take by bus. You'll get a stamp in Kigali, come back via Uganda, and you have a travel history. And sometimes it doesn't need all that. Sometimes you have these like reggae festivals. They happen a lot. Go to those things. If you're a fan of such things, if you're a fan of football, go watch football in countries, especially like in North America. And I'm giving you Mexico, I'm giving you Jamaica, you know, because from Kenya, when you're going to Jamaica, you'll have to pass through, is it Florida? Something like that. So you'll have a stamp somewhere that says you have visited a country like the US, you see? It increases your chances. Now, visiting other countries in Europe like France, Britain, and coming back to your home country, it proves that you are not a flight risk. You are responsible, you can go and come back. For example, let me give you a scenario. Let's say you're in an embassy and an officer asks you, what do you do for a living? And then you say, currently, I don't have a job. My friend, that's a red flag. You will be denied. Maybe they ask you, what will you do after your trip? You answer, I'm not sure. When I come back, I will decide. That's a red flag. Do not ever try that, all right?